Welcome everybody to another episode of the Providence Lucha Talk. I'm your boy Jay,
And this was Ito.
and sadly, this is our last day in our studio here at Collaborative Club Studio. It has been a wonderful, 10 months. I'm gonna say that we started here. This is where we actually met in person. And, we definitely want to take the time to...
We met before, but...
we were back
yeah, we go back,
school,
but I'm like,
after the pandemic and
podcast and everything,
podcast-wise, it was the first time we met back in August. It's been a fun ride. We just feel that it's just time to take a whole different direction. Nothing negative or, bad impact among the ownership of the studio or anything. They have been really kind, very cordial with us. We want to thank them, especially Big Frank. As you guys know, Big Frank is one of our current guests that always welcome to our podcast anytime that he wants. And that's why everything is more bare throughout the last few episodes. But any last words you want to say about that?
No, I think it's a good experience here because I think we got to see, I guess, a production, everything, different perspective, I think.
Yep.
Because we were doing the YouTube thing and the online thing, which was good, but it was just like a different dynamic in person too. So at least we got to learn how to do things kind of like production-wise on the back end. And now so going back to the roots, and we kind of just have to, bring back the old stuff, which is good. But now we have experience, so it's hopefully look better.
Yeah, we definitely try a lot of different equipments, different angles, different setup. I think we definitely have something solid. So we might or may not continue it in person, but the audio stuff, the visual stuff will continue on in its due matter. So let's get into it. So welcome to Providence Lucha Talk, where we talk about everything and anything about wrestling. I did my best. I really, really did my best to go to that troop wrestling event. They had about, I believe it was 4 to 5 matches, and they had like 6 to 7 bands performance with the food. But tickets were sold out. Okay.
Yeah, I was working a double that week, but I saw the pictures and videos that on their Instagram and stuff, which was pretty cool. Like,
it's great for them. But Father's Day, June 18th, I do got my tickets to go to Revival because Live Pro Wrestling will be here in Providence. I think it's going to be an outdoor event. It's a Sunday.
Okay.
And
this Sunday? Yeah.
Yeah, it's this Sunday. I'm definitely going to be there to watch and support the Oracle. Shout out to him. He has commented that they have a lot of people who were involved wrestling. Their majority are going to be there, and it's supposed to be a good matchup. So I'm really excited to witness it live. So you are welcome because I do have 2 tickets.
Yeah, I gotta check out my work schedule, but definitely I'll be I know that I think it was XWA is the one in. No, it's not. There's one in Warwick that I haven't heard from them too many, but they have like a wrestling school locally too. So
that's where the one in Worcester is the one that the Oracle is going to. Yeah, it used to be coached by the dude who used to be Kenny from WWE, but unfortunately, Kenny has decided to part ways from the school. He started it, but now he felt like he doesn't have much business to do with them. So now he's back doing full production for WWE. But the coaching, according to the Oracle, said it's in good hand. People are having fun. People are still learning. So that's the important part. So can't wait to see the Oracle first match because that's all I want to do is just be there for his first one and see him work a 5 or 10 minute match, but a lot. He lost a lot of weight too.
And I think we've seen a couple of I know, for example, Sammy we know from school, he was tag team champion which is kind of cool. Like, I don't know, I think it was kind of cool for him, like transitioning.
Sammy De
Leon,
Leon
yeah.
from Mount Pleasant High School that we
Like
went to.
like him transitioning from like I guess amateur wrestling from high school and stuff to like I guess TV or professional wrestler, like which is kind of cool just to see like the transition and the full development of character.
Of course. So, with that being said, let's Revival June 18th. Definitely be there if you can, depending on when the video and audio is released. But it should be a good show. All right, let's talk about. Let's see. So in SmackDown, they left us with a presentation of the new championship for Asuka. It's no longer the SmackDown Women's Championship. It's the WWE Women's Championship. The title is definitely similar to Roman's in style and color, or just
I think it's the white. I think it's like
more white than gold,
pinkish, like ivory color.
Right.
It looks better than Roman's. I think both women's championship look better than the men's championship.
And also the following Raw, Rhea was presented with the
World woman. I think it's World Heavyweight or
World WWE Championship. Women, there's no women. Women World Championship. Yeah. So basically the same entitlement that they have for the male, they transitioned it to the females. So it's Women WWE Championship, Women or World Women Championship. So the acronym is still the same, WWC, which is kind of funny, but which is the same style as Seth Rollins' heavyweight championship belt. So you're saying both Asuka?
I think all the titles except Roman, like Seth, the women's championship overall look better.
Does not look that great, bro.
In comparison to for me, I personally like if you put both to the side, the Roman and Seth, I think I prefer Seth side by side. But
Roman design wise is consistent, which is why I'm like,
maybe just the color, like the palette. But that's just, I guess, a preference. But the women's championship both of them look nice, and I feel like it was much needed. I think they little getting good for them that they're getting another title and more marketing and more money from it. But I think eventually they will, not the mid cards, but I think everyone else will get a new, like a rebrand probably. Like when they're gonna unify the women's tag team, we might get, I don't know, new design or something. But I don't think both tag team division, they should unify them or make something.
Yes, as Lucita comment on Friday, Ronda Rousey and Blazer are going to be facing Alba and Dawn. Is it Dawn?
I love Dawn.
Yep. For the unification of the women's tag team belt, which there was a meme of Triple H from early 2000 and Shawn Michael, and the caption is like, so you're bringing the women's tag team back, or NXT is getting the women's tag team back, and is a face of Triple H smiling and then walking away from Shawn Michaels. So, yeah, I think the women's tag team belt is going to be worked as a how's it called? More of a 3 brand.
Yeah, which is they should be.
Which it'll be good for. It makes sense to me if Alba and
Dawn won it.
And Dawn won it, because they know NXT, they know how to work somewhat of the roster in Raw and SmackDown personally. So I think they should be the one to win it. If Ronda and Blazer win, then I don't know.
It's gonna be for me. I will personally like Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, but whoever wins it, it's gonna be, I think, overall good for the division, because if Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey go to NXT, that's gonna bring more eyes to the brand. And if the other two win it, they already know NXT, and it's still gonna be good either way. I feel like I just want Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, but I have a feeling it's gonna be Rousey, unless I don't know what's gonna happen with the women's championship picture. But if they want to keep Rousey sort of outside of contention at the moment, they might just give her, just to have popularity, kind of just because it's Ronda Rousey,
I mean, with Ronda personally, I think they fulfilled that she was Raw.
I think she's
SmackDown. in
tag
tag team. So she's already a Triple Crown champion. I think she's good.
Yeah.
So she taking this L, being one of the shortest reign tag team. That's fine. Like you did it all. You're already a Hall of Famer in the WWE Hall of Fame. So I don't think there's much she needs to do, unless if she wants to go for the new titlement.
That's what I'm like. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, if they just to throw in the picture of
that's the only thing I could see her working for. But other than that, like you stay there. You know what I'm saying? You stay there. Let us do us. Yeah. The end. You know. So the unification of the women belt is coming. New titlement of the belts are in.
I wonder if Sammy and like we'll see about that. That still haven't been talked about. Rumored. Like I don't think they'll split them or keep them together. But
I think unify would make sense because there's not a lot of tag teams.
Yeah, and just have them go to both shows. That's what they do right now. So
which it's fine. It's not like they're paying out of pocket for transportation or whatever. They're gonna get paid regardless. So you know.
And I feel like the tag team, that's a title that same thing with the mid card. It should be like a workhorse title. Like you should not defend it weekly, but like be present on every show. Like we don't see Roman on a Friday, sure, whatever. Well, at least for me, it's just like whatever. But if we see the Usos, if for somebody when they have the title, at least there's some type of representation of a title in a show or something. But like, we don't need. Yeah, I don't need Roman.
Roman made. Like for me, what Roman has done with holding the title is just like I've seen Brock done it in the past, and it's just so distasteful because it's like you got yourself to be champion level, work as a champion. You know,
but for me, it's like I understand your point. Like
I get protecting your champion. I get that if that's your counterpoint. But we had champions who were still the face of the company, and they still worked. Like ever since Brock won the Universal, or I'm going to say the WWE Championship from that Money in the Bank, and went missing.
Basically part-timers.
A part-timer is like, oh yeah. So if you get the heavyweight, now you're a part-timer. It's like, no, it's like. Freaking, why was the WWE Championship was the one that people always had to fight for, always coming after? You know what I'm saying? It's like, why the heavyweight has to be more of a part-time type of positioning, and it's the most popular one versus the other belt. That's to me is like,
I feel like I see your point. I feel like I guess he's earned this break or this time, but also there hasn't been anybody for him at the moment, or they haven't developed or created or booked or programmed. What it's off his hands, but there's nobody to be like, oh, this person should go against this.
Who fault is that?
But there's nobody like that could be like, oh, this person, like maybe it's gonna be a program with one of the Usos, which is whatever. But besides the bloodline people, there's nobody that could like go for Roman that's like believable or a good contender.
It's either Jimmy or Solo who haven't faced Roman.
Right.
So
because Sheamon's not like he was a former champion, but he's like story-wise he's not there yet. McIntyre, he's
been
like AWOL. Gunther, he's not unless he gets dethroned, he's gonna be the longest IC title holder for a while. I think he already got 365 days already.
Cool as far.
Well, I could see he's a potential person, but you need to make a story for him to lose it to continue on. Unless he force fits every time, like I did everything I want for this title, I want yours now, or some type of something like that. But there's really nobody else, and especially for SmackDown, that could. I think is Bobby Lashley SmackDown or Raw? I think it's SmackDown, correct?
I don't recall.
Well, AJ Styles, but the same thing with AJ Styles. That's like there's no story, and it's like he's basically starting from scratch. So there's no story for Roman with anybody. That it's like I'm kind of glad that he's like a part timer because it's like he'd be wasting his time having endless matches for no reason. Similar to what like Seth is doing, like which I appreciate that he's giving opportunity to anybody. But it's just like, but there's more contenders or people that's believable to go against Seth and
well, here's again, they build that storyline.
Correct. Yeah,
they made that protection on Roman when he could easily still work with many other individuals, but they chose. To protect him to a level that is like, untouchable. Okay, I get that, but he cannot stay unbeatable for that long.
Correct.
That's my problem. Because what he did between the 2021 till the end of, I'm going to say last WrestleMania, what he did was at least like, all right, thank you, dude. At least you gave us matches once a month.
Which is correct. But he also wrestled the same people, which is kind of like, it's not his fault either. But he Seth, Roman,
he said Roman can't face Roman.
No, sorry. Seth, Ray.
Jay,
Yep. You had
Kevin, Sammy, Bobby,
McIntyre.
Brock. He had
McIntyre at some point. Sheamus, he tried.
McIntyre, Sheamus, John Cena. He had Finn. He had Edge.
But he had both titles. You know what I'm saying? So it's like split those in half. That's like have both friends.
Cody. Cody was the most recent one before the Saudi Arabia. Yep. I already mentioned Sammy. I'm thinking if I'm missing, I'm not sure if Damian Priest got a piece of him or not. But yeah, like those 12, those are 12 individuals out of the
he's also
20 something, 20 plus month that he had the belt. And I get it. He
had both titles and he had to like double competition sort of.
But at the same time, it just made it very difficult. Like the part-time shit, what Brock Lesnar started.
Brock just like literally never showed up.
That right there just it's just a vibe that I'm not with. Yeah. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not with that vibe.
For me, I see your point. Sometimes I understand and I feel like if you're the champion, you should like battle amongst yourself, similar to what MJF's doing. Battle against yourself. Whenever you guys finish, the dust settles. Whoever's left over, I'll take. But like, there's not even like a story like that at all, and for SmackDown.
And I agree with what you said about Seth Rollins. He is more believable, and he is given that open opportunity to be like, I face anyone, anytime, any place. Golden Rush, NXT Golden Rush. He's facing Braun Breaker for the heavyweight championship. He doesn't have to do that, but he's bringing that type of audience and eyes and let people know like anyone could get these hands. You know, that's I think that was Braun Strowman slogan, get these hands. But he's letting them know, yo, you could get these hands easily.
I think since he won the title, he won against AJ Styles again for the title.
Yep.
Then you had Finn Balor,
for Money in the Bank.
Yeah, Money in the Bank. Yeah, Finn,
and Damian Priest,
and now you have Braun.
The week after AJ, he worked with Damian Priest. Like the kid is like what they're doing with that belt. It's like I want it to be more of consistency, but I don't need him to defend the belt every week. That's something I'm not asking for. I'm only asking him to just be there, and then work with a few good talent. But not every person that like be like, oh, Seth, you're a bitch, and Seth be like, word, all right, let's go. No, like this is not an open challenge. This is not the mid card like the IC. I'm only asking for you to be a working champ. What Roman is doing, right, is doing like a Telemundo where it's like it's all about the family, like the Sopranos. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the family. What's going on with the family? And I'm just. God, I'm crossing my finger and praying that after SummerSlam, we would know if he continued as the undisputed WWE champion. That's all I want to know, because I need Solo to take it away from him, or I need someone fresh to show up, make a pop, and take over. That's all I'm asking for. That is all I'm asking for from.
The thing is tough, like kind of the same thing like they doing Money in the Bank soon. It's like. The people that are in the Money in the Bank, it's like, it's only, for me, there's only two that are believable
for the heavyweight.
For the heavyweight.
Okay.
And none of them that want, anybody that's on the, like the men's division, I don't think none of them can be Roman, unfortunately. Which is kind of tough. Because for me, it's like, LA Knight could possibly, he's like complete package in comparison to everybody. And I will say Shinsuke. But like, them two against Roman, they have no shot. I think them against Seth, that'll be an interesting match.
Well, it was reported that the Money in the Bank winner will be able to cash the contract on either the IC or the US title, which it kind of lose the whole premise of like
The importance of it, like
the whole point of it is for you to get the heavyweight championship opportunity. Is there some type of protection that they're doing? I guess. Yeah. Do I like it? Not really, because like if that was the case, then Money in the Bank should not be a pay-per-view anymore. It should just be a whole.
It used to be back in the day. Used to be in WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So like you could cash it in WrestleMania, or you could, you know what I'm saying. But at least it's the day of. So it's like you have the Royal Rumble winner and you have the Chamber winner, and you may have another shot of whomever.
Yep.
Because like you have Santos Escobar, LA Knight, Ricochet, Shinsuke, Butch, and Damian Priest.
His name is being changed when to London.
And Damian Priest. So I would say Damian Priest, he already went against Seth, and the match was close.
But he could go for Roman.
Yeah, and I feel like everybody else would cash it. Everybody else would cash it in for the mid card, and I don't want that.
Look,
because I don't think
Ricochet, I could see mid card, or he could do it to the NXT Carmelo. Because that's something that they should have mentioned too. Is like, yo, if you want, if you don't want to go to Seth, which like most of those guys would definitely give a run for his money, but you can't touch Roman. Go to NXT. Yeah. Take the title from because I know Ricochet didn't want the NXT title, man. Yeah. Escobar was not even close to getting a run for it. LA Knight, I
don't think he only won the $1 million. Not even North American.
Not even a tag team.
He won the $1 million one, but not the North American or the NXT. St. Pete Dunne won the NXT, I think, and the UK won.
In the UK.
And the North American, I think.
In the North American. And then Damian Priest barely had a belt run.
But I feel like that might diminish the value of the Money in the Bank.
No. Going to NXT for the heavyweight belt does not diminish. That's where I disagree, because it's more you're cashing this out to be recognized as like, yo, I'm gonna run this, this division. And I'm not saying cash it into the tag team or the North American, and I'm saying just the NXT.
No, true. But I feel like I'm not saying NXT is not less valuable, but it's just like the importance and the value perceived for NXT is not equal or relevant to the other two titles. So I feel like if all three titles were like, remember when NXT was like sort of at one point equal to when they did the Survivor Series, that would have been like, cool. That's three equal brands, fine. But I feel NXT at the moment, it's not. It's still right now. It's sort of like a third brand instead of like.
And I believe the reason why people think like that is because what Vince did with 2.0 devalued the product. You know what I'm saying? And that itself made it hard to people see it as an equal brand. Yeah. But for me,
because even Seth's championship, it's not equal to Roman. Like it's they consider it as a workhorse title. It shouldn't be a workhorse title. It's a World Heavyweight Championship. You know what I'm saying? Like a mid card is a workhorse title. Like IC title is a workhorse. The US is a workhorse because it's like you should be on TV and like that's your TV championship.
The champion makes it a workhorse.
But also it's commentary, because commentary keeps, for me, it's like commentary. When you watch on TV, it's kind of like they tell you a story in the ring, the superstar, but the commentators tells you like they finish out the pain of like their like of the show or of their what they're trying to tell you. So if they keep telling you it's not the importance, but they use certain words that it's like it's not as like grander as Romans. It's like it's a workhorse title. It shouldn't be. It's like it's the World Heavyweight title. Like it should give it like don't give it like I feel like workhorse title diminishes for me a little bit. It puts so be Roman number 1, Seth number 2, and like it should be both number 1s or even all three brands should be one than everybody else. And now it's like I feel like there's a hierarchy for the shows and the titles.
Well, I agree with that. And what I was trying to finish with the NXT is when NXT went back to black and gold, to me, the value went back up. Yeah. The product got better. You're bringing like people who were like B-lister, C-lister to NXT, and they're helping the product looking good because now you got Corbin going against Carmelo, which he had a match, and the match seemed to be a good 4.5 levels type of star. You have Ali working with Wes. For Wes Lee for the North American belt. You got freaking
Because you even had like what is it? The new day going down when they were doing the
New
tag
Day
team.
help out. You know what I'm saying? So NXT definitely has that. Doesn't have the same momentum before it became NXT 2.0,
Correct.
but it's still there. And you cashing in on just on Carmelo.
Yeah.
You cash in on Carmelo and you say I'm going to run NXT. To me, I feel like that's another way for you to show like this is how I will run any division if I go back to Raw or SmackDown with the belt. Because the person who really hyped up NXT, to my personal opinion, Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens came with what? The NXT belt.
And he had the U.S. title.
And he won John Cena for the U.S. title. So I feel like the momentum for NXT will slowly increase again. But I think Money in the Bank should be a little bit open to that level. Yeah. Just to give them that boost.
But they've done it for whoever won the Rumble. I think Charlotte Flair won the Rumble, and she went against the NXT.
She picked Rhea.
Yeah.
She didn't pick whoever was the SmackDown or whoever was the Raw. She said, I want Rhea. Yeah. Rhea, I'm going to show you how I'm going to become 12-time champion. Yeah. Your belt is going to be one of them. Yeah. That's bars. You know what I'm saying? So if Charlotte could do it with Royal Rumble, guys should do it with the Money Bank. I'm not too fascinated that it has to be for the mid card because like we already saw that for Elimination Chamber for the US title. Yeah. He defended his title against 6 other people because Roman was not going to. True. You know what I'm saying? Roman did not want to.
But the chamber, I think he had.
No.
Sami Zayn that was in Canada.
Yeah, that was his opponent, and he had both belts too. So of course they couldn't figure out who's going to be a opponent for him for the other side of the belt. It was one or nothing, which it sucked, but that's how it is. So out of Money in the Bank so far. With Damian Priest was added on on Friday. Honestly, LA Knight so far is the favorable for a lot of people. I'm going to have to give it to. I'm making an early prediction. I'm going to have to give it to freaking either Shinsuke. Shinsuke is going to be my number 1 pick. My underdog pick will be Santo Escobar.
Yeah, for me, it's like if Santos won it, I think he might cash it in the mid card, unfortunately.
Which mid card, though?
The U.S.
So, also
imagine Gunther, he ain't got no shot. Like, I like Santos Escobar, but, like, it's going to be tough.
For Gunther,
I think Gunther, you need somebody like Pete Dunne or somebody like Sheamus or somebody, Ilya Dragunov, or somebody of that nature to, like a McIntyre or whatever. But Santos Escobar, that's going to be a tough thing. Because I know, you have LWO against Imperium. They neutralize each other, but Gunther's in another level. Like, he's...
Yeah, he's definitely have the IC on lockdown. And honestly, if Solo cannot get the job done, I feel like Gunther is like the only one out of everybody else.
Oh, even Solo for the IC will be...
I mean, let's dethrone Roman, okay? Like, no more 1,000 and plus days. Let's dethrone him. Let's get done with it. Let's start a new whole page. Let him go back to do movies and him being part of the Fast 5 series with his cousin and this and that and the third. We need working champions. That's all I'm saying. Working champions.
Because for me, it's like, I know it's a little too early, but I think LA Knight's like...
He's favorable.
Yeah, he's... That one, and since it's in Europe, Pink Dunne wouldn't be too bad, or Butch or whatever. But it's
Santo Escobar. He's like my dark pick, just in case. But LA will definitely be favorable. But I'm picking Shinsuke. Shinsuke to me is like, I think he missing Money in the Bank for his.
Because he done the Rumble. I don't think he's won Chamber. I know he's done Rumble. He won.
He won Rumble. He won the SmackDown, the WWE Championship. He's been IC, US. I forgot if he did tag team, but if not, then that could be a whole different story. But yeah, my vote is for Shinsuke for sure.
But I think Money in the Bank is shaping up like a good card so far. We'll see. I think what is it? You have Seth and Finn. You had Cody and Dominic. So basically, the three members, everybody from Judgment Day. It's
Which I'm wondering if this girl is gonna show up. Brandy Rose.
maybe. Well, you don't know if I don't know if Rhea's gonna have a match by then, and this is July 1st. We got a couple of weeks until then.
It looked like she's gonna take that pay-per-view to herself.
So we'll see.
That's how it's looking like, because there's nobody else to step up to Rhea, so she could be like, the manager
Yeah, true.
for Dominique for that match, and then Brandy could be the one for
And the women's Money in the Bank, it's balanced. I think Io, you have Selena, you have Becky, Zoe Starks, and Bailey. So
I mean, right now, Damage Control definitely seem favorable. Everybody would like to see EO.
it'd be cool. It'd be cool to see both LWO members with the Money in the Bank. I don't think this is gonna happen.
Zelina is I don't know. Selena.
It's just going up a ladder. It's not like she's, you know what I'm saying? Like it's.
I mean, it happened with Carmella. Carmella was
Morgan got it too.
Liv Morgan was. She was a surprise one.
So like anything could happen. You had Otis winning it, like, and Otis didn't climb the ladder. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's crazier things has happened. So it's not like she has to like pin everybody. She just has to climb the ladder. So she has to like outlast everybody and just climb the ladder. And she's probably the quickest, lightest one out of everybody there.
Nah, Io is. Io is way. Io would jump from the top bunker to like midway to the ladder just to like.
So we'll see.
Outreach her. Yeah, I don't think Becky's coming out with the W on this. I think she's gonna be focusing on Zoe, Bailey, and Io.
Io has to win it. Yeah, I think Io has to win it.
Yeah, Io and Bailey are the two favorable one, but I'm not sure if there's gonna be like the
tension between the two.
Yeah, like if this is gonna be the.
But imagine if you do the math, that's the last person standing, Selena. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's occupied, and she just sneaks up and gets it.
I mean, there's still one more person. Becky's going to be working with Zoe, Bailey and Io, Zelina, and who's the other person?
She was going against Rhea Ripley, but Ripley's not.
No. Who's the sixth person? I'm missing the name.
I think I saw it recently, and
there's one name that I'm missing.
I think so far what they have, it's only them 5.
Them 5? Mm-hmm. Oh, so they haven't. I thought they already announced the 6th person. All right. If anything, if it's Raquel will be a nice add-on.
True.
Some muscles. Or it could, Trish could surprise us and be the 6th member to help out Zoe.
Because they still could help them out because it's like a non-DQ thing.
That is true. But we'll see who's going to be the 6 women to join that matchup. So, yeah. Io is right now, it's favorable. So, right now, finger crossed, hoping for the best and see what happens. Going to Impact Wrestling, we have Trinity. She's going to be facing Peraza. But the big news about Impact is that Lilos Rush is going to make his appearance to Impact. Does this help or not help the business?
I think he'll be a good addition for the X Division Championship. I don't think he's going to make a big impact for the main title, but I feel like he'd be a good X Division or TV Championship or whatever other like secondary title. But I feel like he's a good. I don't know if he's gonna make a faction or do help people out, but it's good for him. And he's entertaining. He could talk, so he brings some experience. So I feel like it's not like a big crazy acquisition, but it's a good thing for Impact.
I mean, he's doing a good job chasing the money.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping that he will be part of AEW or even Ring of Honor for the TV division or the.
Think he could join like Mogul Enterprises or something, or like,
with him working with Swerve too, that'd be great for him. Personally, that's what I would do if I was Lilo. But I guess in Impact Wrestling, he could
also instead of something I forgot something Hathaway whatever. Instead of him, it should have been Leo Rush with Jade, because he had Bobby Lashley and he was the hype person.
He sure was. I mean, his time in AEW was shortened, but it would have been cool to see him at least. Like, now that they have the international title too, that he would be a great opponent for Orange Cassidy, because I'm wondering who, now that Orange Cassidy, honestly, he has done it all.
Yeah.
Like in a short period of time. I feel
The only
like,
thing he's missing is the AEW championship. That's about it.
no, but like he has did it all in a sense of like all the like craziest matches I ever seen. Like defended it in the Rumble style, street fight.
The Mimosa one.
The Mimosa. Well, no, when he was international champion.
Oh, no, true, but
I'm not like I'm forgetting all the gimmicks that they have this man going through, but like I feel like now I'm just curious to know who's going to try to take over from him.
We might see more members of AEW or contenders, because Miro's coming back, Andrade's coming back. So a lot of people that've been on ice, hopefully they're like, they don't have no ring rust. They could,
they're gonna have ring
rust. Contend for that. At least
major ring rust. Nah, like Andrade, I have not seen him work. I have not seen no video of him in the ring for a while. Miro definitely is gonna have ring rust, because he has not really faced anyone in the longest. I think he's been doing a lot of the Twitch TV, but I haven't seen him do like a lot of like ring performance. And then CM Punk, we don't even know what we're gonna get out of CM Punk. Collision is coming in the next couple of days. By the time this is aired, him and FTR are facing
Robinson and Jay White and Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe and the Bullet Club Gold, which again is a nice card. But honestly, it all depends on the energy of CM Punk. Yeah. What I have learned, that Drax is also helping out with creative as well.
For Collision.
For AEW.
Okay.
It didn't specify what brand, but it says Collision, which to me, that put a little smile on my face, because I know Drax is consistent.
True.
And I like consistency. If anything you want to give me in life, give me consistency. And, I know that the product is going to be A-okay. Yeah. You give me a little bit of that wishy-washy type of stuff. It's like...
Yeah, because they trying to give us, like, at least in the first episode, which is Saturday. Mm-hmm. So they have the trios match.
Right.
They have Wardlow and Luchasaurus for the TNT Championship.
That's a good matchup.
They have Andrade versus Buddy Matthews, which we've seen at least this is a good warm-up thing for both, but they've worked with each other before, so it's kind of like familiarity. So it shouldn't look as bad because of ring rust. Then you have Miro returning. I think they might give him a jobber or whomever. I don't think they're going to give Miro.
Give him just two jobbers. If you're going to give him a jobber, give him two jobbers.
Then they're going to have a tag team match with Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale against Tony Storm and Ruby Soho. So there's some beef between them and Storm. I think that might be like the best match for me.
Because Sky was looking good. She was working well with Tony on that matchup.
So
yeah. So Collision, yeah.
So it's a decent. I feel like it might be better than Rampage, because Rampage, it's hit or miss. It's just.
But remember, it's everything depends on the next 5 episodes. Yeah. The next 5 episodes is going to tell us how well Collision is going to do. There's no other TV show work on Saturday. They're by themselves. Mm-hmm. They're trying to capture people from going from their night scene event or going out or traveling to tune in to watch them on TNT. That is the challenge, my friends. Yeah. It's not the, like, if they're coming to your hometown, that's cool, because you're going to invest the money to go there in person. But to sit down on a Saturday night to watch wrestling, that's the tricky part. That's where the challenge lies, and that's where we're going to know how Collision's going to do, because when Dynamite was going toe-to-toe with NXT,
that was tough.
They were having trouble with viewership.
Because even there's reports that even Tony's buying TV time just to have Collision. And I'm like, he's really like committed 100% for his money.
He has high hope. Yeah. And we don't even know, honestly, we don't even know if he's going to pull one of the biggest trick ever is giving us Goldberg and Ryback. We don't know
not.
if that's even a thing for real.
I hope not. I saw somebody put a post, and I'm like, I don't want to see that.
I don't want. I really, after
We saw the Undertaker Goldberg. I don't want to see nothing. I don't want to see
after
Goldberg.
that, it's like I'm good. But if he pulled that, then you will get people from the age
You have
of
two people that like
to 45 watching.
It's gonna be a bad match. One hasn't been in the ring forever, and the other one's like it's no.
It's not even about the match. It's just about the name, my guy. Because Ryback is talking all that shit. Goldberg is just a big time name.
Yeah.
It seems to make sense. And also, like RJ City mentioned the color gold in his interview with Sky Blue, and it's like, why bring up Goldberg in an interview like this?
He's a free agent, so he's
yeah, he is. But imagine if he does.
I would say like
over.
Go to Japan, he'll be like a super everybody, all the big names have gone to Japan, like been even bigger stars. Like I feel like he'll be a good.
That's not bad.
Him, Ishii, you have like older wrestlers that could go his pace, and it's very retro, but it's like something that, especially for that area, like Japan would like to see that. Especially, I don't think he's been to Japan, but like what's his name? Jericho's done it.
Kenny done it.
Kenny's done it.
Cody.
You had Cody. You had
Young
even
Bucks.
Brock Lesnar's done it. So it's like
Moxley.
so
Moxley
like it's
too.
good representation. I'm like even Goldberg at least at the end just Hulk Hogan done it, went back in the 90s, 80s or whatever.
Fuck
like,
Hulk Hogan.
But I'm saying, but like
Iron Sheik was right. Ever since the Iron Sheik died, Hulk Hogan is acting up. How dare you? How dare you say that current wrestler right now look like they should be bag boys at a grocery store? Like, bro, what?
Well, some of them were.
I mean, like, but at least but what I'm saying is, if they could piss, like Adam Cole said, I'm quoting Adam Cole, we could piss in a cup, and we'll see who's clean and who's not, who's natural and who's not. Like, these guys are working their butt off. They earn the position that they are, and they're giving us entertainment versus your brutal ass that just only gave us what three moves, and that was it. That's all he had.
Yeah. But that
there's a couple drop.
But there's a couple of champions that do that right now.
Huh?
There's a couple of champions that do that right now.
The most that people have in their arsenal is 3 moves.
Yeah.
Yes, but Hogan just was
3 move. Big boot, close line, leg drop. That's Goldberg. That's Ryback. That's Roman Reigns.
Roman has Superman punch,
Spear, and the guillotine.
And the guillotine.
Well, okay, he does the Samoan drop because he also
have the leg drop that he does, the drive-by he called it.
But he only does that's a baby face move, like, but he does that. Yeah, he does it, but
like current wrestler has more stuff to offer.
No, true.
Than what Hogan and these muscle heads could do. That's my argument. It's like, bro, in your time, you guys were not even that much creative.
Yeah.
You only had momentum due to the previous person who was popular. These days, Ricochet was like in the indies, respectable.
Yeah.
NXT, he got his respect just by doing a freaking flip over the ring to go face to face with Valentine Dream, and that wasn't even the match. And then he did show off during that 6-man match between Valentine Dream, Adam Cole, himself,
probably was
Pete Dunne, and 2 other people for the belt. Yeah. No, to be number 1 contenders for a belt. Like, come on, bro. What are you talking about?
But it's a different style. But yeah, he just wants to be He just wants to be
wild.
relevant.
Iron Sheik was so right about you. Fuck you. Like you should not be in front of a mic anymore. You should just do your podcast, show up to the show that people want you down in the South, because I don't know if there's a lot of people up north that want you, the liberals want you that much. You know what I'm saying? But go down to the South, make your money, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, shut the fuck up. If I could eliminate one person career, it would be his. On God, it would be his. I'll be satisfied with Macho Man, Shawn Michael, Undertaker, John Cena, Randy Orton. I'll be satisfied with them. Like, someone else would have picked up Andre the Giant, flip his ass. Like, fuck Hogan. Like honestly, really fuck him. But what we were talking about before.
AEW, yeah, the Collision.
AEW.
Yeah.
So
Collision. It's Saturday, and
it's Saturday. We also got to give some love to Hook. Hook is in Jack Perry, Jungle Boy. They're looking good, cohesive as a team. I think they're going to be a good run for the money for FTR in the near future, depending.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope.
I would like the Hardy Boys first before.
But I think it's going to be Hardy Boys against the Gun Club, the Gun Boys.
That's fine.
Yeah. So
but
they're going to see
championship before Hook in Jungle Boy. I would like to see Hardy Boys in FTR. Yeah. Even if the Hardy doesn't get the belts, I just want to see that matchup. That's just nostalgic purposes. Nothing else. Yeah. If they win it, great. If not, cool. Hook also is being attracted by WWE, where to me, and my question to you is, if let's say he makes the transition to go to WWE, accept a contract from WWE, do you think he get pushed or does he get buried? Does he go through NXT?
Yes.
Or does
he'll go through NXT.
Okay.
I don't know if he fits WWE. He's kind of like, he's like Elias meets Orange Cassidy in one person. Like he's like a loner and like he's weird in a good way, but like he don't talk when you need to talk, and though you know what I'm saying, like be like.
He's not a talker.
He's not
but when he's in the ring, he's in the ring.
And also, this is not like the 80s and 90s. Taz literally just showed up, did his thing, walked out. Like now you have to like show some personality, and he
has personality. Is a badass personality.
I don't know. Like he fits. Like
I tweeted this. I don't think it would be good for him. Yeah. Just the fact that WWE will not know how to utilize him. That's the only. Yeah. That's my one concern. They will not know.
And they have too many people at the moment, because it's like, all right, yes, he'll be your new toy, cool, but like, did you sign Dragon Lee? Nothing has happened from that. Baron Corbin, he was a lone wolf. Then he was Happy Corbin, Sad Corbin. Corbin, it's a 6'9", like former boxing champion. You don't know what to do with the guy.
Nope.
He's literally a prototype, like what they want. Mm-hmm. Cameron Grimes, he kind of got rebranded, bulked up. What has he done? Nothing.
One
attacked Baron Corbin, and that's it. Like
one match. He has one match.
You have, for example, like Ilya Dragunov. He's a respectable UX champion. UK champion. He's interesting. He's different. Like he's just literally, he could be like your next Intercontinental champion. Where is he at? Maybe might get added to Imperium, but that's it. Like there's other people that are prepared, or like already you have in your roster, and you don't know what to do with them. And you're gonna bring Hook. Okay, let's book him like Taz. He's not too small, but it's like, okay, he's gonna go and he's a suplex machine, cool. But it's like there's other people that do what he does better, like Chad Gable, Olympian. He could do anything. Like he's like a mini Kurt Angle 2.0 basically, in skill and like knowledge. And they're using him as a gimmick. So it's like he's gonna get lost in the shuffle. Like it's just.
Yeah, the check would be good, bro. But if it's more about building your name and
they're doing the right thing,
continue your dad's legacy, then WWE is not yet.
And they're doing the right thing, and AEW, like they know how to. He's not on TV often, which he doesn't mean on TV, and he kind of like a novelty. Okay, just throw a random FTW match. Put it together, cool, in and out.
When he's in the ring, he's really good in the ring. Like as a wrestler,
he is trained. The people that he's faced in ring stuff, they're more experienced, so they also make him look better.
But he's also building.
He's built, which is good. But I feel like he hasn't had like real competition yet.
He will.
But you know what I'm saying, especially for the FTR, like it's just.
He will. I think there's going to be a point that Jack Perry and Hook are going to like separate.
That'll be a good match. That would be a good one.
It's going to be good for him. He could definitely. He could definitely work with Sammy Guevara. He could work with the Darby. He could definitely work with the fucking MJF for sure. Like Hook, definitely in the ring on paper, he's great as a wrestler. He just doesn't have the mic skill, which it's like like you said, it's kind of now like a norm that you should be able to, you know,
at least defend yourself.
You
like
know,
it's
personality,
just,
whatever. But you know, I think right now AEW should keep them as much as possible, so that way, you know, they don't really lose.
Because I feel like only
if we're talking about pillars, like that's another pillar that you could definitely add.
I feel like a chosen few should be a few of your talent should be great at the ring or just menacing and don't talk. They already have that. They don't like Hook. It's fine. Like just how he is, he's comfortable. He's good. You know, if he wants to,
he's gonna evolve into talking too. But it's not his time yet. Yeah. It's going to happen. With Jack Perry, I think he's going to coach him as well, help him out. His dad, Taz himself, was a hell of a talker. Mm-hmm. Like he commentary like every Rampage as much as possible. I'm not sure if he does Dynamite 2 alongside with JR and
Caliber.
Yeah, but Hook. I'm really excited to see.
Because even when they do the vlogs, the Ethan Page vlogs, when they do like comic book hunting or whatever, like he don't talk. I don't know if he's keeping the gimmick or he's shy or whatever, but he's a man of few words. So it's like even outside of like regular people, like behind like regular, either he keeps character or he just to himself.
Which is fun. Yeah. Which is that method that actors also do of like staying in character until like it's done. Also help because then you understand how to switch when it's needed to. And since he's only 24 years old, he's only 24 years old, and he's doing really, really well. Me and the Oracle today, when we had like a little bit of downtime at work, we were like having a conversation about like, yo, second generation wrestlers who are 30 or under, like, you know, are there any like good names mentioned or any good people? And from what I'm going from this is a site that have that, and they have mentioned Hook, they have mentioned Dominique, they have mentioned Raquel, they have mentioned Austin and the Gun Boys, basically. Even though I thought Austin,
the other one is the front, but
no,
the taller one is the real son of Billy.
Dude, for some reason, I think this is like a Mandela effect. I swear to God, but Austin is also his kid too.
I don't know. We gotta look that
like Oracle was like, no, like that's his son. Like his last name is the same as Billy Gunn. I'm like, bro, are we sure this? I was like, bro, are we sure this is not like the Wikipedia people like changing name and shit? And he was like, no, it's his son. I'm like, I know JR said in his Billy Gunn said in HR interview that Colton was the real son. Austin was like,
he's just like a friend or whatever.
But right now they said. Right now, it's believable that Austin is his son, which is wild. But Solo is 30. He's doing great. There's three other names that are slipping my head. One is in New Japan. The other one is in Impact. Their name is slipping out, but like the main ones that I named, they're under 30. Yeah. And so far, they're kind of doing really, really well.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? For second generation wrestlers. So I'm really excited to see what they could do with that. The one person even Brock Anderson was mentioned, and I'm like, yo, that dude
he looks 45. Like,
but he's 20 something. Yeah, he's 26.
Yeah. Same thing. He's part of the something Blondes.
Deadly Blondes.
No. AEW, the
varsity shit?
Varsity Blondes. The
Tillman?
Varsity Blondes.
Well, while you're thinking of that, I'm excited to see how that's going. And also, if you guys know what happened to...
Brian Pillman Jr. I don't know if he's under 30 or not, but that's another one that's like...
I think he's over.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah.
Good name. Yeah. Good callback. Good callback. Yeah. If you guys know about Chris Benoit Jr., you know, and how he's doing in the indies and shit, can you forward us a link or anything? Because I've been searching in the dark net, which is Twitter, and I have not seen not a single conversation about his performance. I just want to know if he gave up on it, if he continued training. That's all I want to know. If you guys could help me with that, I appreciate it. I really, really do. AEW, right? I just want to talk about the second generation because I'm just happy that Raquel made the list. There was another girl too, but I forgot her name. The ending, Adam Cole losing to MJF. Were you satisfied? Dissatisfied?
It was. I'm glad they left it like sort of a limbo because I'm like, all right, cool, you could do another one, a second or third one. I preferred the promo. I like the MJF did the promo. MJF did Adam Cole's promo against Adam Cole. Because he did the promo against
pissing on the cup and see who's natural, who's not.
No, but he did the promo that he did against Karen Cross.
Yep.
He was like perfect. He was just like, oh, I just need the belt to ring, and that's all I think I need.
And Adam Cole, knowing his own words, he was like, dude, that doesn't faze me. I know how to counter to.
It was just I don't know, but the match was high. I feel that feud it was too quick. Like that should have been either a all out match or a pay-per-view match.
Still be,
but I feel like you could have put somebody else for Adam Cole to go before he goes to.
The thing is that they're getting ready for Forbidden Door, so.
Well, that could have been like I'm saying. That could have been a Forbidden Door match, or it could have been like all out or something.
Because right now, Forbidden Door has the theme of like a state wrestler versus a Japanese wrestler. Like that has been the theme, to my understanding.
Yeah.
So I understand now why AEW started with, the championship match, which it was no time. It was
30 minute time limit. And
usually it's 60, but okay. Yeah. So times out makes sense. We haven't seen that in the longest, so
I think we did something like that for I think it was Brian Danielson against Hangman Page. When the first match, they timed out. Then they had to do a rematch. It was 2 out of 3 or something.
And with Kenny...
It was, I think...
with Kenny, it also timed out, too, because I don't think Kenny pinned him or he pinned Kenny. It's like neither or. It was a stalemate. So it's been a while since we've seen that. That's what I'm trying to say. So I understand why that was a match. Tony Storm, Sky Blue, that match was... It was good. Like, Sky Blue could definitely be a full face for her whole career, and I'm okay with that. She definitely has that little Gen Z attitude when she talks, which, give me hopes of seeing her as a heel.
She's like a Cora Jade of AW. Like them two,
if Jade decided to scoop her up and add her to the roster or to the baddies, whatever, that's
no. I'm saying
Cora, it's not a bad thing.
I mean, NXT has Cora Jade. I feel like that Sky Blue, Cora Jade are like kind of like
the opposite.
But
what I'm saying, is Sky Blue ever decide to go to
I don't know,
the heel side, and she team up with Jade, I mean, like, it's not a bad thing. That's what I'm trying to say. It would not be a bad thing because the way how Sky Blue talk is like the Gen Z with the attitude, whatever, and it's like, girl, you're halfway there. You just got to put a little bit of oomph and more attitude to it. You'll be fine. But right now, she's definitely full face. She's full face for sure. The ending where we had BCC versus the Elite, it just turned out to a turmoil because we saw the return of Mr. Eddie Kingston, and I guess he was going after Claudio. But then he saw Moxley, and it's like, bro, what you're doing, because you said that you're not going to touch Claudio while it's AEW platform. So that's a little bit confusing. Then
you had Will Ospreay show up.
Then you had Kenny clear the stage. He was going to do the V-kick on Homeboy that's going to be added onto the BCC.
Takeshita.
I'm glad you said it because I was trying. I didn't know how to pronounce his name, and then the way how Will Ospreay showed up,
that was great. Especially not a go home show, but sort of a go home show for it.
Forbidden Door,
perfect. Like that's how it ended.
Whoa!
I feel like the mastermind of that sort of to bring everything together was Daniel Bryan.
It worked out beautifully too, because I had a feeling that Ospreay was going to show up.
You don't know if it was this week or the week after.
Yeah, but the way how he entered in the ring and everything, it was like, that's great. Yeah. Like, that's That's wrestling, like, and they have real beef too.
Yeah.
They're 1-1, so now it's going to be like the tiebreaker.
Ospreay has to win it. He has to.
I mean,
He has to.
did he beat Lance Archer for the? So
the number one contender.
So for the number one contender.
Yeah.
And who's the U.S. heavyweight champion for New Japan? Kenny. Yeah, Ospreay got that.
Yeah.
Ospreay. That's my pick.
He came here for a reason. He has to win it.
So far we have Daniel Bryan versus freaking
Kashuska Okada. That's gonna be good. The Rainmaker. That's gonna be a good match.
We have Kenny versus Ospreay for the IWGP U.S. Heavyweight Championship. Jack Perry has answered the call to the heavyweight, the IWCP or GP World Heavyweight Champion, Mrs. Sanada. So that's gonna be fun. I mean, hopefully Jack could, stay up with him for 10 minutes, but I don't think he's gonna.
And I think it should have been a different person, but good for Jungle Boy.
And for the AEW Championship, even though MJF said he was
not doing it,
so far it seems that he is listed to go against Hishori Takanashi for the belt, which I think that's MJF for sure.
I think that we'll get to it next week, but I think I think the champions will remain champions. On the one that might switch out might be the Kenny. Well, I don't know what else is gonna get added to the match, but I feel like that they should have been a different person instead of Jack Perry. But good for him that he got opportunity to go against New Japan.
Yeah, hey, that's kudos for him. I mean, I don't think there's would have been anybody else I would have picked, even if it was Christian Cage or freaking Daniel Bryan
for the heavyweight championship. I would have thrown in
against Sanada. I would throw in like a Claudio. I would have thrown in like a Dax. Dax.
I would have thrown in like Hangman,
Buddy Murphy. I would
or at least Aleister Black or something, like, what I'm saying, like a real, like somebody has a winning streak, like Jungle Boy just lost against MJF, which is fine, but it's just like
as a tag team,
even throw in like Christian Cage or like
Christian Cage would have been a nice tempo for Sanada for my liking, but if it's Jack Perry, like, hey,
I don't think he's gonna be successful, but maybe we'll see what happens next week.
I'm surprised Jericho is not even in any of the cards yet. That's so shocking for me.
Yeah, but he got sort of kudos to Darby for that line that he said. It's like, oh, aren't you a magician? When you step on this ring, your magic goes away. I'm like, oof. Which is kind of true. But I don't MJF, for me, MJF didn't have to be, like, he should have competed against somebody else, but it is what it is. But
I mean, like, hey, it was what's his name again?
I think Kota Ibushi should have won against MJF instead of Tanahashi. The one that was with the Golden Lover.
So Tanahashi is the one who challenged MJF, and I think the vibe is going to be like I think Willow might have a matchup also for Forbidden Door. They should do the TV champion Zack Sabre Jr. against anybody, or Zack Sabre Jr. against Samoa Joe, something like that. That'd be good. I mean, we still have 1 week left before Forbidden Door,
so that'll be a good, at least, champion versus champion or whatever.
We should. I mean, like, what else? I mean, Willow should have a match.
Because she's a strong style. Like,
if Samoa Joe is not willing to do it, Claudio or the pure champion for
that, definitely he should have an open challenge against anybody.
Like
show up and be like, all right.
And the rumor about CM Punk and Kenta is definitely not a green light because neither people like each other.
They should do that. Life. That match should happen, and the winner keeps the GTS.
But neither of them like each other, so it doesn't in real life. So it doesn't seem like that's ever.
But that should be the stipulation. Kenta versus CM Punk, winner takes
the move.
Keeps the move.
Anyone could do the move.
No, but it's like because it's known for like he took it from Kenta, but whatever. But like just to see who gets it. Like, You know what I'm
I
saying?
see. It's like similar to like Goldberg and Roman,
Yeah,
Spears
like,
versus
yeah.
Spear. Yeah. Or Edge versus Roman, Spear versus Spear. You're like, who has the best spear? Who's powerful than the spear?
Well, the GTS versus GTS. Yeah.
The answer is Bobby Lashley because he's a big black man that really know how to hit you hard. That man played football. Sorry.
Well, it's the same thing Roman did for and Goldberg too.
I mean, they all
Yeah.
play football.
There's,
They all play football.
yeah.
I was just hyping up Bobby Lashley. So to end the show, I do once again have some fun. I don't know, questionnaire, whatever you want to call it. But do you want what you would like to do first? 10 harsh reality. Okay. 10 harsh realities AEW fans need to come to terms with, or do you want to do the 10 most boring wrestlers of AEW roster? Which one do you want to do first?
I think the first one. So I'm just thinking about the boring people in my head. I'm just trying to like.
You want to do the boring people first, or
No, the reality, like the 10.
All right. So, not to take much time, but can you think of at least 3 things that fans needs to understand before I read the list?
Sting would never win a title.
Okay.
Same thing with Daniel Bryan would never win a title, like AEW title.
Okay. So 2 people not winning titles.
Yeah.
And what's the last prediction that you think is in this article? I read the article, so I know what's in it.
And I feel like I think they'll get bought out eventually.
Wow. That's yo.
Unfortunately, but
You're
like
swinging, bro.
now
You're swinging hard.
not like run out of money, but like
Yo.
similar to what happened to WCW, they kept paying people, and they might similar fate as WCW.
That is funny. That is funny. All right, so here are 10 things that AEW fans need to understand. They're 10 harsh reality. Number 10, the women division isn't perfect. That is obvious. The people got to understand that, it's still a growing company. It's in their 4th year, and slowly they're building the right
Their strength
pieces.
their strength is a tag team division or trios or whatever, but that's their strength, tag team.
Top star will join WWE. That is a reality. Right now, we didn't mention it in our conversation about Hook, but the Elite also are in position of talking contract, and WWE are willing to pay whatever.
I saw a tweet that what they did with Pretty Deadly, that could have been the Young Bucks, and they didn't.
They didn't.
Yeah.
So, not every pay-per-view will be great.
Yeah.
And sadly, I wish they were great, but I'm also realizing that WWE, certain matches, certain pay-per-view that are not the big 4, which is Survivor Series,
SummerSlam,
WrestleMania, and
the
Royal Rumble. Those 4, like in-betweeners, sometimes they're misses too. So you guys got to understand not all pay-per-view are going to be the greatest. They're 4. They're 4. Not everyone will get along. Referring to like
CM Punk and Ali
and Andrade with Sammy and the drama that we've been hearing. Hey, it's business. I know people in WWE there's some people who don't like each other. Number 6, sometimes scripts can be helpful, meaning people who are not as creative or witty on the mic, like a Darby or a Sammy Guevara or who's not Chris Jericho, MJF and Adam Cole or Kenny Omega. Like sometimes scripts do help them deliver certain message when they can't think of it from the top of the dome. And that's okay. Yeah. It takes time. It's a skill. Lots of show does not equal success. AEW had so far Dark Elevation, Dynamite Rampage,
Collision.
Now Collision.
They have Ring of Honor and
Ring of Honor. So just because they have more shows doesn't mean that it's always good. It's how consistent you are with the product. That's why a lot of people tune in for Wednesday. Most people watch Rampage after fucking SmackDown.
Yeah, and that one's tough. Like
that's a tough one to watch. And then Collision is like you're battling people's weekend life for TV time. It like TV viewership. That's a hard one. Not every number 4. Not every ex WWE guy works. Meaning, there's been a lot of transition from WWE players that went to AEW, and they have not been that successful, and that is okay. It means that certain scripts, certain positioning, certain ideas just has not been in full fruition. The biggest one that they have is Andrade. Miro was successful. He had his little run during the pandemic era. Adam Cole, when he first came in, was a little bit hot until his injury. Red Dragons, they were okay. But
Same thing. What is it?
Bryan Danielson took a while for him to be able to be more.
They got that was a
popular.
perfect 10 Payne Royce husband.
Oh, Tyler
Bate. No, Tyler, not Tyler Bate.
was it Sean Spears.
Sean Spears, but I forgot Tyler something.
Dillinger.
Yeah.
Tyler.
So Ty Dillinger, yeah. So that's another one that it's like he was popular. He was even popular in the beginning. Then it's just after Cody left, he just sunk.
Degraded.
Like,
Yeah, it was hard for him. It was.
the thing like the managers don't always work out. Like you have Arn Ennis, and it's like, dude, I don't need you to be saying, "Oh, I'm gonna put my gun." Like, dude, it's not battle rap. It's a wrestling promo. Like, relax. Like, it's not that serious. Like you should just be in the back producing. Like, we don't.
Number 5, not everyone will be featured, meaning people like Eddie Kingston.
Not enough time.
Or people from like the original group, they're not gonna get a lot.
Like Dark Order or whatever.
Riho, Dark Order, Best Friends, sometime Butcher and the Blade and Bunny. I barely get to see them on TV that often. So yeah, certain people may not get a lot of TV time. So it's okay. Number 2, storyline can take too long. Can take too long. And yes, that is true. Especially my man Keith Lee, who is like the main subject of this topic.
He waited so long that his beard turned white.
I think that's just paint, but okay. No, that's paint, my guy.
I don't know. I think he.
Yeah, but I mean, like he didn't go through the time chamber, and
I think he
DBZ
probably did. Yeah,
and became old. It's just like
he's old as it is. But,
oh God. But yeah, Aleister Black took a while for him to be able to be in the position that he's in. Orange Cassidy, that took a while. Darby for his championship reign.
they were like even Hangman, like he was.
The Gun Boys, accolades, they were both Elevation and Dark to, bring up their rating in order for them to qualify for the belt, which, that's, it is what it is. And lastly, this might hurt them, like our AEW fans, a lot. WWE is going to be bigger. And it's going to be bigger because they've been in the business for a very long ass time. They already have their connection. They already have, people already, everything, their ducks in order. AEW is just finally expanding out to Canada, to working with AAA and New Japan. And now they're going to be touring the UK real soon. So for All Out, right? All Out there. They're planning on doing the show in London. So WWE just been in the business for a long time, and that's why they're more popular. But AEW is doing fine. It's year 4. So far, they've been surviving, and we got to give them respect for that. So keep up the good work. Keep up the fucking good work. All right, now for the fun part.
What is it? 10?
10 words. No, the 10 boring wrestlers. Like and I'm going to be frank with you. I have not read this list, so I'm going to join you with this.
Ronda Rousey number 1.
No, AEW.
AEW. I was like
AEW.
I was like W. I'm like Ronda Rousey's up on the list. She's the.
So far, me is Brock Anderson.
Okay.
He's been pretty boring. The girl that married
Mello? It's not Sammy.
Taya Mello. She's
who married who?
Oh fuck! He was the dude that wearing the box in his head. Like
Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford.
Penelope Ford is boring. You know she is. Do not deny that she's boring. She doesn't do. It's Kip who make her relevant, but without Kip, Nothing.
For me,
And
so
also-
Anderson, the Anderson son, yes, he's boring. I would say
he doesn't agree about Penelope Ford. Okay, Penelope Ford.
I would say
Boring wrestler.
the Marina Shafir.
Okay. Strong's wife. Okay.
Yeah, it's bad.
Wow. Okay.
Who else? AW.
The dude
Brian
that was
Cage.
the Brian Cage is decent.
For me, it's just
He's decent.
you're in between. Like he's a little dude with big, like it's just weird.
Boring. Yuta Wheeler. He's boring.
Yes.
Cesaro's
boring.
That's your
That's my
okay.
He's
but
boring.
We'll see if he.
Yeah.
I have not
For
seen
me,
the
it's
list.
like
Again, I have
for me
not seen
that
the list.
he's boring.
Boring. Who was the Liberian?
Okay, Peter Avalon, or girl.
Both. That group itself is boring.
I will say the one, the factory, the leader of the factory.
Okay. Oh, he was one of Cody's stable member. Golly. Jack Swagger. He's boring.
Another one. Yeah.
He's definitely boring.
QT Marshall.
QT is
Power Hobbs. For me, he's boring.
I was thinking of him, but I don't think he's boring. I just don't think he's just not been in the right light yet. You know what I'm saying? Take that back. You don't mean that. If Warlow did not build the courage,
he was
definitely would have been boring if he didn't have that push with MJF. I think we did 6 names so far.
Because I think in the women's division, there's really like everybody has their flaws, but it's like it's okay. It's the thing. Nyla Rose, she's okay, but it's just like for me, I will say.
For the women division, I'm not trying to discount like the flaws.
Yeah.
I'm only thinking about the impact that they have in their matches. And Penelope Ford has been boring for me.
I hate to say this, she had the streak, but she was boring.
Jade?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, Jade.
Yeah. Like she has a look. She had everything. It's just
that's right.
Who else? I think that's about it. I feel like it's gonna be interesting who like.
All right.
Like.
Bet. So I'll read the list now. Ready? All right. 10 most boring wrestlers on AEW roster. So far, we are seeing a photo of Shafir, Andrade, and other people. Here we go. Number 10. We mentioned him before of the transition from WWE to AEW. He didn't do too well. Sean Spear. Okay. I kind of agree with that because after the chairman bit, he had nothing else.
Yeah. Enhancement talent.
Marina Shafir, you called it.
She's bad.
Doesn't have a lot of charisma.
She's basically Ronda Rousey. Like basically they're Ronda Rousey. Like she's good technically, but that's it. Like
also in our conversation with the second generation under 30, we forgot to mention them, the Varsity Blondes.
Brian Pillman.
Both.
Yeah. Griff
They
Garrison.
have not been the same since Julia Hart have left the group.
Yeah. That's the same thing that happened
because
with...
she brought charisma to the group and helped them to stand out. And after she
That's
left...
the same thing with Alexa Bliss, with Buddy Murphy and the other guy that...
back in the day.
Macklin, when she left them.
This is another female wrestler who was in the top cover of the article, Madison Rayne. Like, honestly, I don't know who she is.
She's kind of like the veteran. She's like the Natalia of AEW, basically.
But I didn't know he was in the roster. Michael Nakasawa.
No, he's funny. Like
he's goofy, but
I was boring.
He, but that's it. Yeah, that was it. He was just goofy.
He was the one who used to do like the baby oil and everything.
Mm-hmm. So, but he made the list. Unfortunately, he made the list. Our Latino brethren, Andrade.
Yeah.
He needs Selena. Idolo. Like, unfortunately, he has the talent.
Yeah. He needs a voice.
But he doesn't have the voice, unfortunately. Damn, I did not expect this dude. He's a hardcore legend, multiple-time tag team champion, Mr. Matt Hardy.
Yeah, he came through my head, like, but it's just people still the music and everything, you know, like. Well, he's a little.
Yeah, he made the list, unfortunately. Oh, he was boring. Number 3, Lance Archer.
Yeah,
he was like the Braun of AEW.
Yeah.
As comparison,
Yeah.
everybody has
Yeah.
their own identity and stuff, but he was like similar to Braun.
True.
And Jake the Snake is what gave him that type of
Something,
voice.
yeah.
Damn, that was hard. Yep, called it. Brock Anderson. Definitely.
It's bad.
He's back training, so hopefully
Doesn't do nothing.
He just got to be put in the right type of positioning.
He has, unfortunately, like.
Damn, I was close.
Who's this?
It's not his wife. It's him himself. Kip
Sabian?
Sabian.
Oh. Yeah.
He was, after the Miro split up,
Yeah.
he has not been that relevant, which is kind of true.
I would say, I hate saying this, but if they also, he was okay, and it helped him that he was in a group, but Pac, also a little boring.
Pac didn't talk well when he was in WWE.
He don't even talk well in AEW.
I mean, but
He talks better in comparison to the Lucha Bros. Fine, but like, I will listen and watch Lucha Bros over Pac.
I thought Yuta Wheeler would made the.
Yeah, he's bad. Cesaro to
no, that's your personal opinion, bro. Just, stop it. Like, but those are the top 10. Both article are from. Both listing are from the article on the Sporters, sporters.com. Thank you for the list in the conversation. Honestly, most of these people, I heavily agree. Madison,
some of them are
Madison Rain and the Nakasawa dude is the two that I was Madison not fully familiar.
She's just older. I feel like now she's just a veteran. She's basically like Natalia. If you have to put somebody, she's like a Natalia.
I get it when you said the
but it was just like it's not like. But she was part of the Beautiful People at Impact. Like she, in other companies, she was like a piece. But it's just now she's just to help, like veteran to help.
She's liability.
Yeah. She helps, like she's the one who kind of helped Sky Blue to become what she is, like kind of like gave her like experience and like training and stuff. So she's more like kind of like the OG person.
Man, I gotta purchase Sling TV or something because honestly, I'm missing out on these like character development personally. But I feel like Penelope Ford should have been with her husband. Fine. They both should have been number 1 together because they both whack. And Taya
Mello,
her too.
Yeah,
like at first I was
Brandy. I would say Brandy Rose when she was there, she was born.
100%, 100%.
But yeah, the WWE got my number on certain people, but yeah, they like AEW. It's like a little difficult.
Have you been enjoing these surprise questionnaire for you?
Yeah, because I was ready for WWE. Like Ronda Rousey number 1. You had Dijakovic, the Terminator dude.
Yeah,
You're
not a big fan of him at all. I understand Ronda, but like Daja, you have not.
Natalia, it's boring.
Ever since he became T-Bar, you have not given him a break. Also, talking about T-Bar, the dude that used to be Mace, and he's part of the Millionaire Models. They're working on rebranding the whole group.
Okay. Yeah, because I know the girl went with the Alpha Academy.
Yeah, which helps them in a sense, but
they needed it. That was the thing that they needed. I feel like now that they turned babyface, like it just helped transition over for the like people cheering for them. Especially when he did the shoes, everybody in the crowd did it. So it's like if they got over as heels, sort of, now they move into babyface and it's working.
I mean, I thought my guy Otis was going to drop a few pounds, but that's never going to happen.
No.
But anyway, guys, we're at the end of our show. Once again, we thank Collaborative Club Studio for opening the door for us to be here for the 10 months of understanding, growth, finding our voices. Our next episode, it could be a different scenery. It could be online. We haven't fully decided yet, but you will be, the first one to view it. We probably go back live for all we know, like just to save time in editing and stuff.
Like either that Twitch or even YouTube or whatever, everywhere.
I mean, the location that we have in mind definitely would be beneficial for us. So we'll definitely be able to do that like in person as well and go live. So that could be a thing. But thank you again, Collaborative Club. If you are interested in the space itself, please reach out to them. Their Facebook is Collaborative Club LLC. As well as Providence Lucha Talk, please be sure to follow us on our social media. We are on the Twitch, soon to be Twitch. We are in Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Providence Lucha Talk. As well, you can listen to our podcast on all of your favorite podcast media app. I'm your boy Jay.
And this is Lucito.
We'll see you next week on our prediction for Forbidden Doors. Bye.